classroom, but I know those kids now. I've watched them have babies. They are unable to read in a fast-tracked Western society. Did I do my job well? They have voice. They can interact in a world where they can kind of hold their ground, but it's a huge issue that they can't. They weren't able to read and write. And it took us 10 years to turn that around at the high school level. So again, I want to say a theme that I started with. This is not easy work, right? As high school teachers, have you taught kids to learn to read in a language they do not speak, right? It's not just teaching them to learn to read, but teaching them to learn to read in a language they don't have the oral language for yet. Okay, so just to sort of hit this hard before we move into looking at a classroom. So we know the teaching foundational skills isn't the purview of secondary skills, right? Nor is it addressed as a part of the bilingual progressions, right? So that's a big gap. It's not what we know how to do. But we do know, it's obvious to all of us in the room, that kids need those skills. And we do know, like a couple of you have said already, who are giving the metaphors, that it's the building block, right? It's necessary for students to develop these skills in order to really participate meaningfully in high school, right? So that is why it's so critical or crucial for LL Psych, right? Because it means if you're not addressing this, they're not really participating. Oh, I saw the smile, okay. She knew it was coming. Okay, then academic thinking, right? So what we do know about these students, sort of based on Elaine's study, is like their oral language development is at their age level, right? But their exposure to academic language and ways of thinking is significantly behind, if developed at all, right? And what we also know is that other kids who've been in school have had these 5 to 8 years to develop it and to engage with it meaningfully over and over again. So academic skills are important for every student. It's the project of school. That's what we do. We train students to be academic thinkers. You know, we're starting earlier and earlier, right? But it is crucial for LL Psych because they haven't had any training in those skills in explicit ways. And your content teachers in middle and high school are not going to do it. Except these academic ways of thinking bridge content. So you have to make a commitment to teaching these fundamental academic ways of thinking. Else they're never going to have access to the curriculum they're expected to participate in. Okay, and then last but not least, I think I sort of gave this speech before, but this idea that building knowledge involves understanding beyond facts, right? So we want to just continue memorization. You know, listen, they can't handle it being quite complex. They've got so much ground to cover. If I can just teach them to memorize these facts and, like, you know, cover as much as I can, they're going to be much better off. You would be better off teaching ideas deeply that they can transfer. Right? To see patterns, relationships, and discrepancies among ideas, right? So a lot of that kind of work that kids do in nursery school, does it belong, does it not belong? Right? That's this kind of thinking. A lot of the curriculum does matches and sorts, right? These are connected, why are they connected? These belong in these categories, why do they belong in these categories, right? This is a non-example, why is it a non-example? But it doesn't have to be, it can be very concrete. Okay. You done, Mara? I'm teasing. Okay, I'm not gonna, so then this begs the question, right? I've thrown a lot of information at you. I want you to take 2 minutes with a partner without looking at this PowerPoint. I know, right? That's the problem with the PowerPoint, right? You're giving away your okay. So given all you know now about what we say, who these learners are, and what we're saying they need, what might curriculum instruction look like for this learner? Right? What does it have to involve? Right? What might it look like on the ground? I know, everybody's looking at, all right.
Yeah. I like those 3 legs. You take one away, that's not the right. So you need all 3 to classroom is really not the truth. You know, one of the bigger ideas is trying not to use the third grade as a low. Although I do have some students who fit into that because they're mixed in. You don't really kind of like, I think about what they chose. I mean, I think the research